Cool. So I've just hit recording. Mark, thank you for the reminder again. Guys, welcome to our Tuesday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time beginners training. Appreciate you guys getting on board. We've got 9 people today, which is a really good turnout. For those who don't know me, my name is Bryn. I'm a national corporate trainer here at Staged. Hopefully you've seen me around the Facebook user group, or you've tuned into a training before, and my murmuring dulcet tones will be familiar to you. Today is our beginners training. We started a new format last week where we do sort of beginner, intermediate, and advanced, and a rock star, obviously. Needless to say, Stacey, goodness, I feel like everyone should know that by now. We started a new format last week, beginner, intermediate, and advanced. That went off really well last week, so we're going to continue with that into the future, obviously. Today, what we're going to cover is going to be some really nice and easy basic content just to get you more familiar with the platform. As most of you will know, Twitter Builder is actually down, which is the content that I was going to cover today. That's just a technical issue between, it's like a discrepancy between Twitter's parameters and Staged. Obviously, social media parameters and Google's parameters are constantly changing. So now we just have to adhere to them. It's nothing big. And everything should be back online relatively soon. But for now, since we can't do Twitter Builder, which is what I was going to cover today, I thought we'd just get into some of the campaigns, which is kind of it's kind of like the bread and butter of Stage. It's where you build the environment for which you can engage your audience. So without further ado, let's just get into Google Chrome here. You'll see I've got the Facebook group open. So if you aren't a member of this, please get involved. And if you are a member, please get involved. Lots of comments, lots of sharing, lots of encouragement and advice is the culture that we want to build. So keep that going, guys, because it's going incredibly well so far. But anyway, let's head over to Staged, and you'll see I'm already in my campaign area, and I have a few campaigns here. Sort of all ready to go. Now, for someone new, all you'll have is almost like a pre-made template that's just sitting there, and you can go into that and you can edit it and you can do as you want. What I advise anyone new to Stage, any of our newer users, what I advise you guys to do is if you know, like, if you've got quite a specific idea in mind, and you want to get straight into it, and you think you can work your way around the campaign builder, then all you need to do is go to create new campaign, which is, like I said, you just enter your name. So this is for our more savvy users, so I'll call this savvy, and you just go create, and you just start off with a blank slate. You know, you can manipulate this and edit this as much as you want, as much as your heart's content, but you start off with zero inspiration. And for a lot of people, that can be a little bit of a hiccup. It can be a choking point. So what I tend to recommend our newer users is to either use a share code, which I'll show you how to use those in a second, or to use one of the pre-made campaigns. So if we click on here, so again, we're in the campaigns area, and we have my campaigns, which are the ones you've built already or the ones that you're working on, and you also have the pre-made campaign templates. So if you kind of don't know where to start, but you want something that looks kind of cool, this is always a really good place to begin. And inherently, they're going to be promoting Stage, but obviously you can swap out your own advertisements, media, anything you like. So let's pick one of these. I kind of like the little bird guy here. He kind of reminds me of like a Mario character. So I'm going to load that one up. Awesome. Okay, cool. So now what you see here is we have a brand new sort of pre-made campaign that looks really nice. Aesthetically, it's really pleasing. The only issue is that it's not really personalized for us. And this is where, you sort of just spend a little bit of time on the campaign builder and find your way around. The first thing I want you guys to familiarize yourselves with rather is the edit. So these are the 3 icons here that will be above literally every widget. You have the edit pencil, which is kind of it's the most important one in my mind. You have the click and drag. So with this, you just click and drag, and then you have the delete, and that'll obviously remove it from the screen. But let's assume, you've gone into this campaign and you really like the way it looks. All you need to do is click on the edit, and you just start filling out your information. And this goes for all of the widgets. So instead of like StageBot Robot, I would put my name, Bryn Schofield, maybe not in capital letters because that makes me seem a little bit forceful. And then you can upload your own image. You can insert your own information, blah blah blah. So that's for the bio, and then obviously for all of the widget links, you'll want them to relate and send people and send traffic, back to avenues that benefit you. And so again, all we do. That's a good idea, Ross. That's a good idea. I'll finish this off and then I'll get on to that. So all we do here is again, we click on the pencil button. So I'll show you guys again. If you have an image widget that you like, you again click on the pencil, and then you insert the URL that benefits you. So in this case, it would be, stage.com/your affiliate ID. So maybe like stage.com/Bryn. And then again, you can just chop and change. I'm not going to get into that because that can be a little bit heavy for our first time users. So let's just assume that you love the campaign the way it is, and you just want to go through and put in your links. And all of these widgets are editable and easy to manipulate. Hello, Denny, you've just joined. Cool. And so that's sort of like how you use a pre-made campaign. You edit it to suit you. Again, Ross will get into the bio thing once I've showed them how to use the share codes. But like Ross said, I think in the comments, hopefully everyone saw it. If you've already filled out your bio, you can actually update that through the bio tab. So maybe we'll show people that in a second. But like I said, the pencil, the move, which is again click and drag, and the delete. Cool. So those are sort of your basics of building a campaign. Those are how you edit it. Those are how you manipulate it. And we'll head out again to exit. And this is again, this training is designed to get a campaign onto your list, and then from there you can start to experiment and use it. So another way that we encourage people to populate their campaign list is to use share codes. Stage is a social platform. The inherent quality of being social is to share. So what we encourage our users to do is if they have like a great, if they've got a great campaign, if they have a really nice, stage or template and someone else wants to use it, I encourage you guys to share out that creativity, because it's only going to benefit us as a community. The more people that, get onto Stage, and the more exposure we get as a platform. So all you need to do is effectively, again, if you're a new user, you go, I was given a share code, and you create a new campaign. And all you do again is you insert. So for example, this might be, let's call this one training, and the share code is always going to be a 5-digit code. So quite often when people share a campaign on the Facebook group, you'll see that they've also added the share code. And there's a lot of people who sort of add a campaign, might not add a share code, and then later on they come back through and add it. I know Matt Morrow made a really, really nice Vima related campaign, and he's still working on it, so he hasn't been able to publish the share code for it yet. But with that share code, all you would simply do, let's just assume this was the campaign that we wanted to use, we would do 11II5 as our share code, and when we create that, that's going to automatically populate that same campaign but on our profile. So we get to use that information, and all we have to do is go through and again edit. So that would be the pencil, and then we would change the affiliate ID from being, the other person's affiliate ID to Bryn, and that would in essence make the campaign ours. And then we can go ahead and start pumping that out to our Twitter following. Now, what Ross mentioned earlier was a point on the bio, that if you would like to automatically populate your bio, all you have to do is edit your bio out in the main menu. So I'll show you guys that now, because it's a really good point, Ross. So I'll hit exit. Once that loads, bear with me, guys. Cool. Okay. So hopefully when you guys sign in for the first time, um, there'll be 5 steps that you have to go through, and those will sort of be your basics of getting started. One of those will be filling out the bio, and I've sort of done a really mediocre job of it. As you can see, Bryn Schofield from New Zealand, living the dream, living the American dream rather. I've got a little image in there where you can't see anything, but you sort of get the idea. And once you fill out this information, you go save your bio, obviously, and then you come down here and you go save your bio and update all of the templates. And what that's going to do is it's going to populate all of your templates and your campaigns with the bio that you've just gone through and filled out. So that's a way easier way than going through and having to fill it out every single time. You can still go in and edit it on individual campaigns. So if you were making a campaign for a friend, or if you had a client that you were trying to work with, you can still go in and change that bio information to be about them as opposed to you. But by updating all of the templates, all of the campaigns, you in essence make them all proprietarily yours. Cool. And I think that should sort of do it today. All I really wanted people to focus on was making sure that they get some campaigns on their list here. As you can see, you can have unlimited campaigns. I've got about 30 or 40, but I've only got like 20 that are active. The rest of them I sort of just play around with to show people. But make sure you get some campaigns on your list and start playing around with them. There is a lot of creativity going on in the Stage user group. So if you see a stage or a campaign that you really like, feel free to ask that person how they did it. Ross and I are putting out our YouTube channel, which has got a lot of backdated training videos that I know heaps of people have been asking for. That'll be out sometime this week, and then through there also we can refer you to the necessary videos to get a little bit more, I suppose, a little bit more information about how you can edit the campaigns to make them, I suppose, more aesthetically pleasing, or I suppose more personified for what you need. But like I said, share codes, pre-made campaigns, or creating from scratch are the way that you're going to get campaigns on that list. And then from there, obviously, it's your prerogative how you manipulate them. And I suppose we'll open up for a Q&A. I know there'll probably be a few Q&As about the status of the Twitter builder, but I unfortunately have no more information than you guys. I know that they're working on it now. Would it be a good idea? Here we go. Avery, would it be a good idea to shut down campaigns on the Twitter builder while it's messed up? I wouldn't say so, Avery. Like, I don't think it's necessary. They're not going to get published to Twitter at the moment anyway. So it's not going to cause any sort of like cross information or anything that's going to be mixed up, or, single mothers are going to see UFC videos or anything like that. Like, it's not going to mess it up on our end. They're just not going to post it all. So I wouldn't bother with it. But again, it's completely up to you, Avery. Good to see you as well. If there's any more questions, cool. If there's any more questions, guys, feel free to shout them out. Ross, if you have anything to add, please do so. Or Stacy, for that matter. Apologies. Cool. Okay, so guys, like I said, the Twitter build is going to get up and running. Have I spelled savvy wrong? Isn't savvy with a Y? Is for savvy partners. I might have spelled is savvy with an I or a Y, or am I just missing the gag here? Okay, so I just might have missed the joke. There we go. Okay, so savvy, viewer 11. I'm not too sure what savvy with an I means. Feel free to enlighten me. Always ready to learn. But if there are no more questions, that sort of concludes the beginners training today. It's an MLM. Oh, okay. Well, I suppose I'll do some research on that. No, it was just I just used the word savvy to describe a user who might start a campaign from scratch. So, I mean, like I said, I'm gonna do some research, but it's surprising that that's an MLM as well. When building campaigns, should it be on things that you're familiar with, or can it be anything? Good question, viewer 7, and this will be different for everyone. I'll get to yours soon, Rick. Okay, so viewer 7, when building a campaign, should it be on things that you're familiar with, or can it be anything? So it can be anything. I personally tend to do campaigns that I am familiar with, but I have a very broad spectrum. So, I live in Las Vegas, obviously, so I'm familiar with like poker. And so if I come down here to one of my campaigns, I have a poker campaign. So, and that just enables me to, I think, be a little bit more engaging with what I'm posting to the following, and then also maybe have a little bit more understanding of what the following might like. I know there's a lot of people who just have a sporadic, like they're just trying to cast their net as far and wide as possible. So it's really up to you. But make sure you have some things that you're interested in, because that'll enable you to get involved as the owner of the Twitter account. So make sure that make sure it's not too foreign. So personally, I only advertise staged. So even the poker advertisements that I have on here, I've got an ad that I made for it, which again, you guys can have if you want to make a poker campaign. Don't gamble with social media marketing, build organically, market accordingly. And then it's got stage down here, obviously. And then if they click on that, it goes through to my affiliate link. I know there are a few accounts out there that are poker based also, and they link through to sort of like an online poker affiliate website, where if people sign up through their link, you make commission off that. But like I said, I'm 100% staged with my campaign. So these are just linking back to my personal staged affiliate link. And Rick said, I am brand new. Awesome, viewer 7. If you have any more questions, again, shout them out. Rick said, I am brand new. Are we able to use any videos, music, etc., or just Charlie Bit Me? Okay, so Rick, that's a really good question. You can actually use any videos. And how you do that is you go through the social targeting. Again, this might be a little bit heavy for someone who's brand new, but I'll just thrust you into it. And this is where you pick the video content. So if I am, like I said, right now I'm on my poker account, I could go target by category, which is going to give you broad, trending, viral videos, sort of like Charlie Bit Me, and you can sort of just pick the category. So again, if I went comedy, it's literally just going to pull from the YouTube category comedy. It's just going to pull the most popular videos. But that might not be as engaging to my audience as I would like it to be. Oh, okay. Sorry, I must have misunderstood the question. So, Rick, you can clarify. I've been taking you through video content targeting, but Ross seems to think it is manual staging. Is that correct? We'll just head over to manual staging, because rereading Rick's comments, I think he's actually correct. Okay, Ross, mate, appreciate it. So, Rick, hopefully you're still tuned in and you haven't just completely like lost concentration because I was. Cool. Well, Rick, if you're in the Facebook group, I'll post that the share code for that straight away after this training. But I'll show you how to do so instead of going to Charlie Bit Me, let's go to and sticking with the poker theme, let's just search for poker. Here we go. This is the main event. It's from 2 weeks ago in Barcelona, so that's a good one for my poker audience. So again, when we're here, all we need to do is, obviously, hopefully you've moved the Stage It button up onto this bookmark bar here through the process of the 1 to 5 steps. And when you're in a video that you like, it doesn't have to be Charlie Bit My Finger. So any video, you can go Stage It. This will pop up. And then from here, you can pick the campaign that you want the video to be posted to. So obviously, if it is a poker video, I'm going to go poker. If it was Charlie Bit My Finger, I might go for, comedy, or I might just go for popular. I don't know. And then again, you can edit the information. You can add hashtags. My automatic hashtags are poker, World Series of Poker, and Las Vegas. so those are the keywords, and you can add hashtags, which I would make effectively the same as the keywords. And then if you wanted that video to be added to a stage group, which is a video group, you can again do this. But this is getting a little bit heavy into the manual stage process. So let's just create that stage, open it, and you'll see that same video that isn't Charlie bit my finger, but in a campaign that I have created specifically for the video or for the audience that's going to be watching the video. I hope that clears it up. Thank you, Ross, for clearing it up for me. I hope that helped out, Rick. Okay, so cool. Do I know Billy Papas? I don't think I know. I've got an uncle Bill, but he's back in New Zealand. So, who was there any more questions? Did I miss one? For the hashtags, can you extend the two? Sorry, I've got confused here. Wait, for the two hashtags. Okay. So I personally haven't heard of a cap on the hashtags, but if it cut it off at the hashtags, what I'd recommend viewer 15. Is he referencing the hashtags though, Ross? I think he's referencing the hashtags as opposed to the actual content of the. Okay, cool. So it's 20 max characters. If you run out of space, viewer 15, you can always put it in the keywords. And I think the keyword has no cap in terms of the characters that you can have. Dan, that's a really good question. We're probably going to cover that in our intermediate training later on this week. Like I said, this is a beginner training, so we're trying to keep it as simple and easy as possible. So tune in on Friday at 3 p.m. I won't get too heavy into the content on a beginner training. But Dan, that's a really good one, and tune in on Friday and we'll cover that, as well as another topic that I can't think of it at the moment, but someone last week asked us to cover another topic on Friday. Yes, that's 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 6 p.m. Eastern, I think, and I don't know any other time zones. Cool, and so I hope viewer 15, that kind of helped with your question about hashtags. Okay, Brett, mate, see you later. Have a good day. Yeah, so as Stacey said, there's a 20 character limit on the hashtags, and Ross obviously also said that there's 140 character limit on the actual tweet itself. So try and fit it in either one of those, or alternatively, I don't think that the 20 works. So do you mean you don't think the 20 characters work? So if you go on social profiles, okay, let me, 1 second. His hashtag was less than 20, Bryn, and it still didn't come up. Okay, so, okay, cool. So you had a hashtag that was less than 20 characters, but it wasn't allowed. Okay, it cuts it off. That would have to be an issue for Hayden or for our development team, because my understanding was Stacey's understanding that it should allow for 20 characters. And if it hasn't done that, I would advise you to submit a ticket. Through that, you just go help and then tickets, and then obviously submit a ticket relating to the fact that your hashtag got cut off. I can't really answer a technical question without Dan. I can't really answer a technical question without Kevin or Hayden on the line, because they're our two development heads. So submit a ticket, viewer 15, and they'll hopefully be able to get back to you. Awesome, thanks, mate. They'll hopefully be able to get back to you in the near future. I mean today. But I'll ask them also. I'll send them a quick text, because I would like to know that as well. Dan Hunt says, is there a catalog of banner ads that have been made, or do we just have to make them and host them ourselves? Cool, yeah, viewer 15, please do. Good idea, Stacey. Okay, Dan, there is a catalog. So if I go back into our training campaign that we were working on, and we come down to one of our widgets, which is a banner, obviously. Got to get my little chat box out of the way. All we need to do here, Dan, so again, sorry, I just skipped a step without without actually talking about it. So again, we've gone on to the edit, which is the little pencil. We've gone select or upload posted banners, and then we're faced with a myriad of options. But the question that you asked was whether or not there's a catalog of banner ads, and there are, and they are the ones down here, which are the company banners. As you can see, you can make your own folders and upload your own images, but if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to go through the process of like having to upload and manipulate and edit them, we do provide you with some. Main denotes banners that are straight under the video. So they're the larger ones. Top is the one that is right at the very, very top. So that's the thin one. It's by the staged logo. And then side are the ones we would select now, obviously, because they're all illuminated. We can see them. And all you need to do is literally just click on one. That will swap it out. And then from there, you can manipulate and edit it as you will. If you did want to upload your own image, all you would need to do is, again, select or upload a banner, and then you just go upload an image. And then from there, it has to fit the sizing parameters, but it does take you through to a picture editor, which enables you to crop and resize. Cool. I think we had a couple more questions. How do you best do geographically targeted campaigns? That's a really good question. Again, it's a little bit heavy for a beginner video. Awesome, Dan. But what I would say is that the feature that we used to have, which was to target user by location, Twitter again changed some of its coding parameters, and so we've had to change ours accordingly. That feature is going to be back with us in a couple of weeks or so. So once that's back, geographically targeting campaigns will be easy to do because you can build up the audience from a specific geographic area. I hope that answers your questions, viewer 15. Alternatively, I've got a Las Vegas campaign, and all I do to build up a Las Vegas audience is search Las Vegas, and I don't typically build the audience from and I wish I could show you right now, but obviously Twitter Builder's kind of down. But when I search Las Vegas in my niche, instead of actually I suppose, instead of following people from an account like Caesar's Palace or something that's has a global appeal, I'll instead pick something like the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce, because I highly doubt that anyone from New Zealand or outside of Las Vegas is going to be following the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce on Twitter. And so through extension of that, we can assume that anyone who follows that account is from Las Vegas, and that's one way that you can sort of work around the geographic issues that we're having right now. Hopefully that helps, viewer 15. You've put lots of good questions for today. I appreciate it. Viewer 7, what exactly does the lightbox do? Cool. Okay, so the lightbox, if I can, let me try and find one on our user group. There should be one that's been posted recently. I think might have been Dawn posted one yesterday. If it actually wants to let me load. Cool. Or open 3. Fantastic news. Here we go. Cool. So here we have Dawn's campaign. I think it has a lightbox on it. I'll just come up here. So obviously, the campaign looks good. It's pet related. Everything is, catering to the niche that she's trying to hit. And when someone, for example, once they lose interest, once they stop watching the video, if they come up here, what the lightbox does is once someone tries to leave the page or, go back to the Twitter account that they came from, what the lightbox does, it enables you to have sort of one last chance at, hooking them, getting some information out of them, getting anything out of them. So it's almost like a lifeline for you. So again, hers is about marketing opportunities within the pet industry. She's obviously got a nice image here. I used to have a boxer, so I love that photo. And it's sort of like a last chance saloon for you to get some value out of the the viewer before they depart your fair shores. And so again, they could just fill out this information. I'm not going to do it to Dawn, and then submit it, and then obviously that'll go through to them. You can also just add an image. Yeah, exactly. So if I come back into the campaign builder to add a lightbox, again, I'll get rid of that one. To put a lightbox, we go all the way over here. Yeah, we're gonna film a training video on this today. But just to add the lightbox, you click Add Lightbox, obviously in the Widgets tab. Here it is up here. It's on the video. So remember that we had an email this morning from a gentleman who couldn't find where to edit it. So it's actually on the video. It doesn't disappear onto the page anywhere. And then you just hit the pencil, and then from there you can input a banner or HTML. So a banner is obviously just a picture. HTML is kind of anything, and from there you can add a redirect URL. Cool. And so I hope that that answers that question. Like Ross said, no worries, viewer 7. Like Ross said, we're going to do a training video on this today and get that up on the Facebook group hopefully this afternoon. So you'll have the opportunity to hear my voice again, which is a treat for everyone. So make sure, guys, I think that everyone's sort of run out of questions. Make sure that you are commenting readily on the Stage user group. Get involved, get feedback. Guys here today who are our newbies, if you make a campaign, make sure you post it on this user group, because there's experienced heads here that can help you out and help refine the product that you've built. Again, if you're not on the user group, search Stage users. There's a few moderators on there who will get you added to that as soon as possible. Feel free to add me, Bryn Schofield, or the other trainer, who's Ross George, who's also on the line, as friends on Facebook. We're friendly, nice guys, and we'll be more than happy to help you. Cool. So I assume that concludes training today. Our next training will take place on Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as I said in the chat. It's going to be intermediate, so we're going to cover a little bit more difficult content, and that sort of rounds it off. I hope everyone has a good day. Not quite hump day yet, so as we're starting out, we should post our first few campaigns. I think so, Dan. I think the more you're posting content out there to get feedback on, the better you're going to get quicker, if that makes sense. So I mean, on this group, we've got people who have got, 100,000 Twitter followers and are posting campaigns every single day. Hayden, who's the president of the company, he's readily commenting on here. So imagine, getting feedback from, someone like Hayden on a campaign when you're just getting started. It's a valuable piece of information, especially when you're still building your Twitter following. So it's better to, accelerate your own learning curve through feedback, I think, Dan. Cool. Okay, guys. So everyone have a good day. Like I said, it's not hump day yet, so you should all still be happy chappies. And I will talk to you all on Friday. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.